Toss it back up to Louisa Moeller, back up in Boston again, who's standing by with a couple of people who were in the race. Is that correct, Louisa?
Brent, that's right. There's definitely been a chaotic scene, and many of the runners, thousands of runners, trying to figure out what to do. So I'm joined here by Kevin Smith and Michelle Clark. Guys, you said that you actually passed before the explosion. You were through the finish line. What was your experience as soon as you heard about it, Kevin?
Well, we made our way to a local pub, and we're gathering, waiting, anticipating the arrival of the rest of our runners. And then sort of a look askance to the TV told us what was happening, and we were just shocked. We couldn't believe it. And then so the first thought was, of course, the safety and security of our runners, the other runners. We have a lot of runners that came down with us. So we started, trying to find out through social media and other ways what was happening. And it was a lot of tense moments for 90 minutes plus, and even still, we don't know what's happened to a few.
And Michelle, you said you guys did have a friend who was relatively close to the explosion?
Yeah, I have a friend who was actually there 10 minutes before the explosion started, and they were taking photos. They were in the spectator zone, and they had left, and then they heard about it and immediately called. But we have, my phone's just been beeping, 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 because we have a person in Toronto, and there's about 4 people we haven't accounted for yet, but we're sure they're okay, but we're still, it's obviously we're worried and concerned. So, yeah.
Now, so once you guys found out about this, what was your next course of action? Because obviously, even though it was centered at Copley, it's been a crazy scene all over the city.
Well, you're glued to the TV monitor to see what's next, and of course with the two, and then we're trying to piece it together, figuring out, my God, is there something more nefarious than an accident? And perhaps there is. I haven't heard the latest, but then you're worried about, well, what's next? And of course, then you hear about a third explosion, and you want to get word out to your loved ones back in Canada, for us, that we're okay. Yeah, first off, and that you make steps to see that happen. Yeah. But it's pretty stressful.
And how many runners came down with you, Michelle?
What, we had 30 to 40 runners coming down with our group, so we've accounted for most of them so far. So, and then we had a couple that actually didn't get to finish the marathon at all, and they made their way back to the pub to meet up with us. So, yeah, but I mean,
in tears for more than one reason.
Yeah, but there's just it's inconsequential, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I can't thank you enough for stopping by. You've been through a whole lot today, so we really appreciate your insight.
Yeah, thank you.
Travel safely. Get in touch with your family and tell them that we wish the best for all of the runners. Thank you guys so much. So we're going to be out here all day, you guys, trying to come up with some more, personal stories and piece things together. It's still a very fluid situation. Back to you guys in the studio.